Hello everyone. In today's last day of our presentation, my topic is global brands, consumer culture, and everyday life. How brands shape identity and our desire. So these are my personal informations, table of contents, and my research question. How do global brands construct and influence consumer identity and desire through cultural meaning in everyday life? And hypothesis is global brands functions as a cultural producers that embed symbolic meanings into their products, enabling consumer to express identity and signal social belongings and internalize desires shaped by market ideology. So ultimately this global brands or through their advertisement they make us feel, make us dream, and they led to do action that what really we want to be by buying those products. So brands can be considered as a cultural products. They are tangible public representation of meanings and ideas shared in culture. So ultimately, people wants to be part of the culture going in market. So they buy a product for that. And consumer culture simply means that buying and using product is not only about money. It's measure a social activity where we discovered, build, and show the world who we are through the things we own. And global brands translate their economic function of act as cultural architect. And through the lens of consumer cultural theories, brands like Nike and Gucci becomes active creator of symbolic meaning and supplying individuals with the tools necessary for self expression and social signaling. Cultural lens on consumption. Uh, uh, Consumer culture, as discussed previously, this is not just economic activity but cultural practice that addresses socio-cultural, experimental, and symbolic ideological aspect of human life. And it is a culture. Brands are cultural product they are developed as a conveyor of emotion for the people. And it also build and manage their cultural equity to influence daily life and shaping personality, identity, and generating desire. Brands in everyday life, mediating lifestyles. Global brands permit daily routines like brands immediate lifestyle choices across our clothing, smartphone, foods, social culture interaction, etc. Brands like Apple, which conveys value of creativity and modernity and premium design. Then luxurious brands like Gucci, these all are leverage potent cultural symbol which signalizing a high status also. So brands as cultural text and ideology. So brands as a culture, brands can be considered as a cultural text, like it loaded with meanings that consumer actively interpret. And brands with cultural authority are judged worthy of authoring cultural stories that often reflect a society and desire and anxieties. Brands also seen as a sign also, like they depends on consumers cultural perception of meaning and worth. Like Coca-Cola historically is it is positioned as a symbol of happiness, shared moments, and global connectedness. Consumer culture and identity, self-expression. Brands are fundamental mean of consumer self-expression. Like by buying those brands products, we want to somehow we want to somehow show our self-expression. And example of identity signaling, like social class and status, purchasing Rolex or these kinds of product signalizing high status. And It's symbolically signaling effect of contributes to the fulfillment of identity needs and the desire for self expansion. Whereas if we see through the ethical identity, like brands like Patagonia signalizing ethical identity alignment with specifically environmental values. So it reinforces identity. When we see the brands through globalization, glocalization, and cultural conflict. So the global challenge, like brand must be operate in a multicultural market where consumers are knowledgeable about different culture. Where glocalization mean the strategy of incorporating local culture elements to improve brands value. Brands like McDonald's in their menu, they added make aloo tikki burger in India. So through this mixing of both the thing, they ultimately created value and reach to the people. So brands are successful when their cultural meanings reinforces their existence local identity, and they face backlash when they are perceived as a threat or are seen as a culturally intrusive. And media advertisement and creation of desire, so this thing plays a major role for advertising brands. So they create a desire and aspiration by associating products with desired, which may be unattainable and for personal life of the people. And the mechanism of signaling, so the symbolic nature of brands deployed through media leads to intense sense of well-being by signaling self-expansion and fulfilling identity need also. So here I have connected this with this Great Gatsby. So how he symbolizes this idealization of the past and his imaginative for construction of desire for materialistic things. Through this quote, we find that. So culture, critical perspective, power, ideology, and ethics. So cultural studies cultural studies demands a critical and rigorous analysis of marketplace, so that we cannot falls into the trap of marketing and over commercialization and ideology. We must be thinking logically for that. And ethical cultural concern, like culture appropriation, use of local culture elements by global brand, as discussed again. And it should not reinforces the capitalist ideology that equates consumption with self-worth and perpetuates social and economic inequality. Brands also seen as storytellers of culture, as example given here. So, in conclusion, global brands are key cultural architects that transcend their economic role using consumer culture theory. They acquire cultural authority to create symbolic meaning. So, this means brands are essential tool for identity, helping people express themselves and defining social norms. Ultimately, brands are central to the modern life by bridging global aspiration with the need for local belonging. These are my learning outcome, like buying also shapes identity. They are as brands as a tool, and they also tells us stories. We should think global and act local, like we should be also critical when buying. So these are my references, and thank you. Now questions are welcome.
My question is, what practical actions can consumer take to truly de-romanticize the market in their daily lives?
So when we talk about consumer and de-romanticizing of the market, so first we should see their false myth about the or superficial myths, and we should buy what we really need, rather than to showing for our status, and to be a part of that society. Yes.
Trupti, my question is, in the context of cultural psychology of globalization, how do consumers who identify with multiple cultures evaluate brands differently?
So the role of when we talk of consumer, so we have a question of buying global or local things. So the thing is that when we see the ground reality, we will buy product locally also, if they are affordable and have the same quality of the global product also. So we should think consciously, and then we should see that what should we buy, and from where to buy, and to what extent we should buy. So these are from my side. Thank you so much.